Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So Michigan defeated Maryland 31-24. And honestly, the game was way closer than it probably should have been. And I'm out of town, so this is why I'm doing it like this or whatever. So bear with me. But yeah, the game was closer than it should have been. Michigan probably should have throttled them. Honestly, with the block punt, getting the safety, the scoop and score, Sain were still 2 picks, and just enough plays on defense early to put the game out of reach, But you had JJ make a mistake before half, which really kept Maryland in the game. Because Michigan was up 14 at half, and it probably should have been at least 17 or 21. But JJ throws that interception, which was a horrible interception. That guy was triple covered. There's no way he should have been throwing that ball. And it's just not a pass that you want to throw. And, the big thing that I took away from this game was I got 2 takeaways from offense and defense. I'll start with offense. Sharon Moore, honestly, looking back at it and, hindsight's 2020, I honestly believe that they probably should have made Mike Hart the head coach. So, and the reason why I say that is they should have done that so Sharon Moore could still focus on the offensive line and being offensive coordinator. It's looking like it might be a little bit too much for him. The pressure of trying to go undefeated and still call a good offensive game, because when games get tight and things like that, you can either open it up, or you can get tight and get scared, and that's when you see just hand it off 3 times. That'll do it, And so to me, it seemed like he gets tight. He gets real tight, and I don't want to do anything extra, and I don't want to lose it this way, And to me, and this is the other thing. To me, if you're gonna play like that, and I will say this, when the game got close and then he did a play action deep pass to Cornelius Johnson, Cornelius is wide open. I'm talking about wide open. And JJ, he's been doing this. He's done it all year. I hate to say it, but he's done it all year. He puts the ball where the receiver is at when he throws it. So by the time it gets there, he puts it on a rope, but by the time it gets there, it's behind him. And I don't understand this. To be a quarterback, most of these dudes that are quarterbacks, they've been quarterbacks since they were in middle school. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of boggles me that he does that consistently. Bro, you've been playing quarterback this long. You can't rifle that ball 45 and 50 yards down the field and throw it where the receiver is. He's going to keep moving. You have to lead him, and then hit him in stride. So it really bothers me that he does that, because, bro, you've been playing quarterback way too long. You got to lead that dude. It almost makes me wonder, bro, are your eyes okay? Or do you need contacts or something? What is going on, bro? You have to lead that receiver. You cannot just rifle that ball to where he is. He's running full speed. You have to lead him. In a player, and I don't want to harp on this too long, but a player that's that wide open, Cornelius Johnson he did the exact route that he did on Ohio State last year, the corner post. And he did the Maryland defender the same way. Woo! Boy, Cornelius Johnson should be running a corner post. Before I even get to that, he should be running that corner post every game. He should be running that route. Because, boy, he will put you in a spin cycle. You would think that was the exact same play in team the way he did the Maryland defender. Had that boy in a spin cycle. Boy, you cooked. That's an NFL route the way he running that corner post. You know what I'm saying? But JJ has to understand, bro, he's that wide open. Stop trying to throw the perfect ball. Just put it out there so he can run up under it. He's got 8 yards. He had that dude beat by like 7, 8 yards. You cannot miss those. So that's just that right there. You know what I'm saying? So that bothers me. But with Sharon Moore, he gets so tight where he's just running that thing. But if you're going to run it, you have to, if you're going to run it like he's trying to do now, you have to incorporate play action pass all the time. Because when you do that, when you run it like that, one, we're already Michigan. So after the Penn State game and even all season, teams are expecting us to run that rock. So when you do start running the rock like that, their linebackers and their safeties and these guys, they're taking steps up. When the ball is hiked, they're taking that step up. You hit them with that play action pass, they're going to bite for it almost every time. You know, so that makes JJ's job easier. You know, I had I'm in a group chat and I was like, they need to run play action pass. And this is like last game from the jump. It's too early to run play action. We haven't established the run. When you're Michigan, you don't have to establish the run to do play action because they expect you to run the ball. So you don't have to establish the run. They're already biting on the play fake. They're going to bite on the play fake regardless because you're Michigan. You've put in years of this. So teams expect you to run. They're already crashing down on the run. So you don't even have to establish it and hit before you hit them with the play action. Because they're waiting on it. So that's why I say when you run the ball, you have to play action teams to death because it causes so much confusion. And so if Sharon Moore wants to play like that and play hardball ball when it gets tight, if that's what you want to do and that's what you feel like you do it. But if you're going to do it, I need to see eye candy. I need to see a lot of eye candy. I need to see a lot of motion. I need to see jet sweep motions and things like this to confuse the defense and make them second guess so they're not just crashing down on Blake every time and crashing down on Donovan. Looked like Donovan got lit up. I don't know if he's exactly healthy. We got banged up in that game. What was that? Hen got hurt. He was already in for, I want to say Henderson. That I could be wrong. It might be somebody else. I think it was Henderson. Hen got banged up. Roman Wilson took a big shot early, and he didn't play anymore. Hopefully he's ready for the game. But yeah, what could go wrong kind of did go wrong because Michigan should have blew Maryland out, and then it was just stagnant offense. And then let's get to the defense. So on defense, I like what Mentor is doing somewhat, but this is the problem as I see it, what he's trying to do, going against a spread team, going against a true spread team that's going to spread you out four wide, 5 wide. The problem as I see it is when you play these teams, you got to unleash them dogs. You got to unleash them dogs up front. All that dropping those D ends out and dropping your D tackles and stuff. That can work. to me, that's a sometime thing, once in a while type thing. But when you're playing these spread teams that want to get rid of the ball and quick or either go downfield, you got to unleash them dogs. You got to unleash them dogs. You know what I'm saying? You can't be dropping those ends out all the time and stuff like that because you need the pass rush. When you drop those dudes out and you're just rushing three and stuff like that, you're giving them too much time to really scan the field, and because the rush isn't getting there. So when you're in these 5 wide and all that, you got to unleash McGregor and Josiah Stewart and Kenneth Grant and Jalen Harrell. You got to let them go and rush the passer. It's enough with all that dropping these dudes out. No, how about we drop their quarterback and let's keep doing it? And when the game got tight, that's what he did, because Maryland's offensive line isn't that good. They're giving up a ton of sacks. So when the game got tight, that's what he did. You got to unleash them dudes. Enough with all this NFL trying to, confuse them. It's good, but sometimes the basic stuff, all right, we dropping 7. We dropping 7 in the coverage. But these front 4, let's get after it. Let's get after it. Shout out to Kenneth Grant. Kenneth Grant is about to be a rich man after next year. Kenneth Grant about to make some money. Kenneth Grant is going to be a first rounder. He's making himself some money. That boy a dog. Kenneth Grant has turned into our best defensive lineman. You might say Mason Graham. I think he's overtaken Chris Jenkins, honestly. Kenneth Grant is a monster. And I think him on that? I think that other play was a safety. It should have been a safety for him. Tua, he grabs Tua and he's swinging him around, and Tua's got the ball out like this when he's falling and stuff. Okay, if Tua throws a little pass and completes it while he's swinging around, the pass is still complete. But since he's sacked, we're gonna put him on the 1.5 instead of in the end zone when he's flinging the ball and wailing it around while he's getting sacked. To me, that's a safety, but I guess that's neither here nor there. But to me, and even with Ohio State, they get in these 5 and 4 wide, spreading us out. You got to let them dogs go and eat. Enough. This is why I say this, because dropping those D ends out, it gives the quarterback too much time. So even if you take away his first read, most of the time he's got enough time to get to another read, or the pass rush isn't good enough, so he might be able to get yards with his legs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like just let them dogs eat. Just let them boys go in and get the quarterback. They trying to spread us out. Okay, you trying to spread us out? Jalen Harrell, Mason Graham, Chris Jenkins, Kenneth Grant, McGregor, go get him. You know what I'm saying? Go get him. You want to spread us out? Okay. That means you don't have enough blockers up front. You got 5, we bring in 4, and our 4 is better than your 5. Let's eat. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mike Sainristil. Sainristil, he might get caught on once or twice, but that boy got heart. That dude got some heart, boy. Who knows how good Sainristil would be at corner if he actually played corner from a freshman. Because that boy got some heart, man. That boy got heart. He'll give up a play, but boy, he'll make up for it. That dude, he got some heart. And that's all you can ask for. I gave up a play and then I get 2 turnovers, boy. What more you want from me? That boy got some heart. I mean, ain't nothing else you can say. That's a leader right there. That's the leader. But we saw Will Johnson give up a pass. And this is why I said in my pregame video, we were going to get tested. Having good coverage isn't enough. And going into Ohio State, it brings a question mark a little bit too, because having good coverage ain't gonna be enough for going against them. So we saw Will Johnson get burnt. Sainer still got caught on. Mike Wallace got caught on. And on most of these plays, they had good coverage. It was just Tua putting the ball in a great place and the receivers going up making great plays. And you can expect to see that next week. So they got to be on point. And part of the problem to me is when these guys are playing tight coverage or from the line, Will Johnson, you got to get your hand on that receiver. If you're going to play tight coverage, you got to get your hands on him from the line. His technique isn't as good as last year. I'm not sure if his body is all the way back to where it was last year. You know, you get injured, you might not be that same dude. You might never be that same dude. But yeah, you might not ever be that same dude. So that's the thing. So other thing, tackling. I saw a few plays here and there. You know, the tackling is just soft in general. Me and my pops were talking about it. Dude's not coming with pop. They not coming with pop. They trying to come up and arm tackle. Even last week against Penn State, I don't know how many times we've had a player in the backfield and he ends up getting 2 yards because they're not tackling. They're arm tackling instead of coming up hitting these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Trying to arm tackle too much. Mike Barrett gave up a big time 3rd down arm tackling. You got him dead to rights, and then arm tackling. Everybody arm tackling. Nobody coming up hitting. You know, and honestly, if I'm blitzing, Mike Barrett's a good blitzer. We saw him get the strip sack. He's a good blitzer. I would use him in my blitz packages, but on an every down basis, I would play Hausman. Hausman comes with pop. He's more physical. He's a true linebacker. So if I'm especially getting ready for OSU, Travion Henderson is running hard and he's fast. So you don't want to miss no tackles on this dude. I'm going to be honest. You don't want to miss no tackles on him because he'll say goodnight to you. So with us getting ready for them, and every time because Mike Barrett's done this the last couple times, he's missed a tackle and stuff like that. Then they'll put in Hausman. I would use Mike Barrett for blitzing. But every down linebacker, I'm using Hausman because he's a better linebacker, pure linebacker. And that's what you need because Junior Colson, he still hasn't taken that next step to being, I'm the leader of this defense. I'm the Ray Lewis. I'm the Derek Brooks. I'm that linebacker in the middle. You can count on me. That Devin Bush, he's not that yet. So you need another linebacker that's going to be able to come with some pop and understand what's going on like a true linebacker. You need Hausman out there for that stuff because Junior Colson, he still takes bad angles. Sometimes he's looking confused. Like I saw last week, Mike Barrett takes on the block. Mike Barrett does his job, takes on the block. He got flatlined by the offensive lineman, but he did his job. He took on the block. Junior Colson is supposed to fly around and fill the hole. This dude is tiptoeing, second guessing it. Bro, what are you second guessing? Barrett took on the block. You go down and fill the hole, gain of 2 or 3. Instead, you're tiptoeing. Now it's a gain of 35. And that's the play that Kenneth Grant made the tackle. That was Junior Colson's fault. I mean, Mike Barrett is undersized, so he got flatlined by the offensive lineman, but he did his job. He took on the block. Junior Colson has to come around and fill that hole. He's tiptoeing. What are you looking at, bro? Go fill the hole. So all those things, they have to get it cleaned up. You have to get it cleaned up. This is it. You know what I'm saying? This is it. You You lose to Ohio State, you're not making the playoff. That's just how it's too many good teams this year. And I said that early this year. Before the season, I said, whoever loses the game is probably not getting into the playoff. That's just, I knew it was going to be like that this year. So you really can't lose. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some of these other teams have to play each other, but it's just, you playing with fire, you lose the game. You're going to have God, Jesus, Buddha, all of them on your side. You lose the game, hoping you go get that playoff. But yeah, this game should have been ugly. It was just sloppy, mistakes on offense, mistakes on defense. You know, trying to do too much. You know, I think you don't have to do too much. More gets tight, and I really think Hart should have been named the head coach, honestly, just to not put so much pressure on Moore to call the game, coach the offensive line, and be the head coach. Probably should have been Hart to let the coordinators do what they have to do. And defense, I think Jesse Minter just sometimes he goes too much with his NFL scheme. This ain't the NFL. Baby Tua ain't no NFL quarterback. He'll throw that thing to you. So you drop in some regular zones, you play some good regular man, but you let those defensive linemen eat. And they gonna eat. And you ain't got to overthink it. Play some man coverage, play your zone, but you let that front four go eat. And you don't need to drop them dudes in no coverage. You let them boys do what they do best. Go get that quarterback. Let them eat. Ain't no point of holding them back. Drop in the coverage because they not that good at dropping in the coverage. Let's be honest. They not that good at it. I know, you know, if you're playing a certain team, they running drag routes or they running those quick slants. Yeah, it can make the quarterback hold it, but they're not good at it. Let's just be real. Josiah Stewart, Harold, them boys ain't that good at dropping back into coverage. They not that good at it. They almost always kind of look confused or in no man's land. Let them boys just go get the quarterback. Oh, y'all want to spread us out? Guess what? Go get them. Go get them. Let them boys eat. And when he decided, let's just let our D tackles and our edge rushers and our DNs go get the quarterback. Ball game. You can't do nothing, baby Tua. You ain't going nowhere. And he got flustered and does what he does. Turn it over, safeties in the end zone, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I feel about it. You let them boys eat and let them do their job, just rushing the passer, and it can cause the quarterback to make mistakes, get flustered. He don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And it got us into some trouble last week. You trying to drop all those guys in the coverage. Why are we dropping all these dudes in the coverage? Penn State quarterback, he can't shred no defense, no good defense. And you bring your front four, they'll make him do something dumb. But we rush him 3. It's not a good enough pass rush. Now he can run and get yards. So I think he needs to rush 4. Let them boys do their job up front and go after and go get it. For real. Going into this week, I could be wrong. He might run that dropping 9 guys in the coverage. He might do that next week, and it might cause a turnover, and Kyle McCord might struggle with it. But for the most part, I think you should just rush your 4 a lot of the time and let them dudes eat. You know what I'm saying? Do what they do best. But what else there was? I think that's pretty much it. I done rambled on for a while. Yeah, the play calling I think it's just too much on Moore's plate, and it's messing with his head because he's got so much pressure on him. We saw Khalil Mullins. He's still not getting. They've been feeding Donovan and Blake. You know, I wish they would kind of get Khalil going back to where he was, but it is what it is at this point. We'll see who's available. I don't know how bad if Donovan is healthy. He took a shot trying to jump over somebody. Them boys made him pay for that. You better stay your butt on the ground. That boy lit his knee up. But yeah, exactly what we didn't need to happen happened in this game. JJ not looking like JJ. I don't know if he's injured or what, but JJ is he ain't looking good. I'm just going to be 100. He ain't looking good. So we'll see. We were kind of in the same, honestly, we were in the same position last year. So we can't say, we're in the same position we was in last year. Undefeated, banged up, going into the game. JJ looking like he can't do it. And, so it's about the same position. We just ain't got Harbaugh, which makes it even harder because Sharon Moore looks like he's a little in over his head, honestly. Because after that, they should have blew them out. I mean, that's all it is. They should have blown Maryland out, and they let them stay in the game, and they made that game more pressure-packed than it should have been, and made them take some injuries that we really didn't need. So that's all I got for this one, y'all. I'll probably make my other videos for Ohio State. I'll probably make them either later today or tomorrow. It's gonna be like this because I don't have my computer. But like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.